hard to explain to someone that's never done it. It's a culminating event. It's months and months of training to get to that one point, week after week, day after day, and then you do all that to just race one day and then perform one day. So many things have to happen to get you to that point. I really found running when I was in college, honestly. I went to the Citadel. Running was the one thing that we could get off campus and do when we were freshmen. I started running a lot more and found a love for it. So then I decided to run my first marathon, which I ran in South Carolina. It was really cool. It was a challenge. I never thought I could run 26 miles. Once I ran that first one, I got under my belt. I was like, I want to make this bigger. And so what really motivated me and sort of attracted me to New York City was the environment and the atmosphere and just the course. There's no better way to explore New York City than on your feet. You run the whole 5 boroughs. So that was really cool. Training for the marathon, I consisted of both strength and running. Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays were all easy runs, like zone 2 running. And then Saturdays were my long runs. And Tuesdays I would do speed. So I had speed workout on Tuesdays. I would lift 3 to 4 days a week in the gym and work a full-time job. You gotta really figure out how to work that into your schedule. So early mornings, after a couple months of that, it just gets pretty monotonous. So you really gotta stick to your discipline to be able to wake up early and get those runs in when it's raining, when it's cold, when you don't wanna do it. Found out like a week before the marathon that I had to report to active duty training, a 6-month training, and I had to report the day after the race. So when I found out that news, I had to think back to why I started and what I was doing it for. I wanted to perfect everything. I had my plan in mind, I had my nutrition dialed in, so I was really uptight and tense. But then once I got to the starting line with all the people around me and just being around everyone that had the same goal to finish the marathon, it was a great feeling. Me going over the Verrazano Bridge, it was the steepest part of the race, but as you're going over the bridge, you can look to your left and see the skyline of Manhattan, and you can see NYPD choppers and helicopters flying overhead. That was surreal with all the people on the bridge, no cars. There's nothing like I've ever seen before. I think it was mile 23, I saw my coach. He was standing on the side. It was on First Avenue, and I remember I really wanted to quit. My legs were exhausted. I just felt fatigued. I couldn't hold the pace that I wanted to hold. It was becoming more difficult and more difficult. I ran past my coach and my girlfriend and my friend. Spotting them out in the crowd of thousands of people helped me, remember why I was doing it again and push me those last 3 miles. Part of the reason I ran New York City was I raised money for a nonprofit organization called Rally Cap Sports. So what they do is they provide recreational activities for kids with disabilities that otherwise wouldn't get to participate. So I thought that was a beautiful thing. And so I believe every person should have the opportunity to be able to participate. So what I did was I had people that, strangers, friends, family, were all willing to donate to that cause. And I raised over $3,000 for this organization while training. It was beautiful. As soon as I stepped across the finish line, just a sigh of relief came upon me, and I walked over to get my medal and just had people cheer me on, and just I felt grateful for the opportunity to be able to do that, for my body to be able to do that. It was surreal. I think it's a beautiful thing to just go seek out discomfort, whether that's running a 5K, running a marathon, running a half marathon, whatever it is that challenges you, go out and do it, because seeking discomfort is where you grow. Being in your comfort zone and staying in your comfort zone, you don't see growth there. So I encourage anyone listening or anyone that is inspired by this to go out and seek something challenging and see what growth it brings to you. Because every time I complete something, I'm able to reflect and just see where I grew and what helped me in that process.